I believe the Royal Commission is an attempt to get the Church to acknowledge and respond to the hurt and the harm that it's done in the past. I also feel that being such a lengthy process, so many people are going to be hurt just by the length of the enterprise and the enormity of it too. So for me, as a priest of this diocese, Ballarat, for a lot of times, who's been directly affected by the atrocities of many of our brothers here, I welcome a national approach and a national sort of voice to it too.
Well, as Francis said tonight, that there's be systemic change within the church, both within its structure and the movement for protecting victims, for supporting them, for ongoing care for the rest of our lives, and also that there is, as I said, systemic change within the leadership, that responsibility should properly be taken for the crimes that have been committed, but also that it never ever happened again, because with so many people, as you saw tonight, and the thousands who couldn't come, they will want another church, they will want a new beginning, and hopefully seeing this as a new beginning. So I hope for them that the Royal Commission is a new beginning in the church.
I've come tonight to hear what Francis had to say, and look, I was so impressed with his ability to explain, to talk about the issues, and in the calm way that he was able to respond to the questions, and in such an honest and truthful way.
My views on the Royal Commission are that it's extraordinary that the secular state has to investigate the Catholic Church using Christian grounds as its means of investigation. The secular state has become more Christian than the Church. And I think this is the real interesting issue, that the Church has so fallen down that it has to be pulled into line by an avowedly secular, irreligious state.
The cynic in me says that the council may have been formed just as a buffer between the Church and the Royal Commission, but what I've heard tonight, it makes all the right noises. I'm very impressed, and as long as it's followed through, I'll be very, very happy.
If the Royal Commission carries out the role that it seems to have set itself, I think it's going to be very valuable, not only from the church point of view, but from a total community point of view. I think that's going to be valuable.
My hope is that there is an ability to come to some satisfactory resolution for the victims within all of this. I looked at some of the people here tonight who are a little bit younger than myself, and I think about my life and their last 50 years and wonder how they've got to this age, and they've survived this terrible, terrible issue in their lives, and that I can't even begin to get my head around, but I can just imagine or try to imagine how dreadful it's been for them.
Overall, just to make sure that people get help, also to make sure that people get proper reparation by the church, and that they can get on with their lives, and that it doesn't take too long. I know setting up a fund, and I worry like the Irish fund for victims, that they didn't put enough money in. Is that going to be a legal sort of a problem?
The whole issue has been badly handled up until this present time by the hierarchy mainly, I guess, but also a lot of the people were under that level of the church's activity. But and lay people have largely been left out of it, and that's one of the things that I'd like to see the council take up very strongly.
Hopefully it will bring out the truth. One hopes it won't take too long, because time's running out for many people, but it's hopefully it will mean that the church will afterwards be rejuvenated.
I've had my hopes lifted just listening to Francis tonight.
There's a lot of outcomes when you talk. You want justice, you want to make sure that things don't happen again, you want retrospective action, but for me the key thing is victims need to be taken care of.